I've sat down for a minute here in the Paradox booth at E3 with Robin, who's from Arrowhead Game Studios, and he's going to talk to us through the PvP of Magicka, something that's been people have waited for a long time.
Yeah, that's right. We're really excited to finally be able to release it. We've been talking about PvP for quite some time. It didn't make the first release, so now we're releasing it for free, 21st of June. Looking forward to it.
Magicka, Papa, Magicka, Papa, I'm a Magicka, Papa, I'm Magicka, Papa, I'm a Magicka, Papa, I'm Magicka, I'm a Magicka, Papa, I'm Magicka, Papa.
I talked to Johan, your colleague, way back, and he said that because people had accessed some early version of the PvP, that actually made you change a little bit how the PvP is playable in the game and so on.
That's right. We had a community member named Creator who hosted his private PvP tournament, modded the game a little. We have his game mode officially now in the game, named Creator's Tourney. So we pretty much adapted his rule set. The private PvP tournament streams were also useful to sort of see what kind of tactics players usually used. And we've been trying to sort of balance the spell system to encourage players to play a bit more diverse than just like using the same spell over and over again.
So how does that work? Does your proficiency decrease if you use the same spell, or?
That depends on the player, of course. If you feel very comfortable with using like ice lightning barriers all of the time, then of course you're gonna become pretty good at using it. But what we want to do was we improved a lot of the protection abilities in the game as well, the self-shields, auras, etc. So that it will be a bit easier for other players to sort of counter a repetitive tactic used against you. So if somebody uses lightning constantly, you use a lightning aura and you're just immune to that ability, and then the other player have to think differently.
That's something that's also important to sort of show the player how to access the counter power like that.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking a lot here at E3 about the changes we made to sort of make players aware of what's been changed. But of course, once the game is or the game update is out, we're gonna release something similar to a change log and sort of inform players that what's different with the spell system now.
Will it affect single player or the campaign as well?
Yep, spell system works the same way in PvP and the campaign, so players that feel they want to try out the campaign again with the new changes to the spell system might find new challenges. I mean, the beam spells are not as effective as they used to be, for instance, and I know that's a very common tactic in the campaign mode. So.
And what are your plans like for the game moving forward after PvP and looking forward to the fall? I understand you have lots of plans still.
Yeah, we have a lot of plans. Not much I can talk about right now, but after PvP we have at least one more, major update or release planned for this summer. Then we have many other very exciting projects planned for autumn and winter, and we'll keep patching the game as usual.
And of course, there's always rumors about console. I think Fred, the boss of Paradox, said something about Xbox Live Arcade and things like that. Any hints you can give us?
Not much really. You're gonna have to talk to Fred about that, but we're very positive to the idea of a console release, so we'll see what happens.
Was that the original plan? I know you have the controllers here to have it as a console game.
Yeah, we looked a lot at Xbox from the get-go, with the project. That's why, I mean, we had gamepad support long before we had keyboard and mouse controls down. But pretty quickly we realized we had to release it for PC. Xbox was a bit tougher to get into, especially as a new developer. But we felt that the gamepads were really good for the hot seat play in the game, so we always kept the support for it in there. That we used Xbox controllers are pretty much just because they're really good gamepads, so that's why we always have these.
And what's the date for PvP?
21st of June, available to everybody.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.